Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Eve and this is Rogue. This is Everyday Artist and welcome. Thank you for everyone who returns. I really appreciate it. So today I have an FFO, a new start, plenty of whips. One of my whips includes a quilt. Actually, I guess I have more than one quilt in the whip stage, but only one that I was working on this past week. And let's get started. I finished this in July for Cross Stitch Camp, and Witchy Stitchy, one of Donette's challenges was to fully finish something that had been sitting, so I finished it. I used one of the chalkboard pieces that I found at Target in their spot area. The piece I found at Walmart that had the white enamel in it was too narrow this way, so I'll have to use that for something else. And then I was shopping at Mall Queen, which is a sewing machine, quilting, store here in town. And I found this rooster fabric, and I was like, okay, I really like that fabric. I don't know how much of it'll show around the rooster, but you can see little rooster heads and tails. And then this pom-pom trim I found at Hobby Lobby, and it never fails that when I find something I like at Hobby Lobby, it's not on sale. This last time I went into Hobby Lobby, practically everything I bought was it was that week to be on sale. Hobby Lobby alternates between their fabrics and their trims for which one's on sale, and I always get it backwards. But this time, the one I wanted was on sale. It was great, and some other things that I picked up there. I don't remember what, but I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Now to find some place to put it. It's kind of a patriotic thing, but also just a chicken thing. I don't know. I don't know if it's an everyday piece or if it's a patriotic piece. I have to decide. So that's my FFO. And I've been working on just Halloween projects, and I just hit a wall of it. I was like, I'm not going to finish any of these by Halloween. I want to work on something that I have a chance of finishing before Christmas. And I had been, I had shown you, sorry, I have it stacked here all in the wrong order. I had shown you this, sorry about the glare, Erica Michael and Holly Jolly Christmas. It has 3 charts in it, 2 different berries in that box, and I like all of them. I really liked, in Rudolph, have a holly jolly, Is that in Rudolph? I think so. Anyway, I don't know if I'm going to buy the peppermint. It has these little peppermint that you're supposed to buy to put on there from just another button company. I don't know. Maybe. But I went to the attic and I bought this, and then at another trip to the attic I got the threads. I don't think it was at the same time. But then I decided to go look for something to stitch it on because it's supposed to be on, I don't know, 36 count linen, and I was like, that's not gonna work for me. Not on white, especially. Even if I'm stitching with darker colors, I thought that's not gonna work. So I think I forgot to show you when I got these. Another purchase. I went looking for a fabric to stitch Counting is Hard and the holly berries on, and I was thinking about this one for counting is hard. It's 32 count, which I think it calls for 32 count, maybe more. And it's kind of the right color. But I also found this, and I'm kind of thinking about this color for it. I don't know. What do you think? I don't think I want to go any higher count than 32 count. I had so much trouble with the 32 count in the white, but I was stitching white thread on white. And that's kind of why I was like, well, maybe something darker would be even easier for me to see the threads on it, the lighter threads. I do still have the magnifying glass, which I actually lent to my sister Beth. If you haven't seen our Three Sisters Creative video on YouTube, there'll be a link below. Go check it out. It's always hilarious. But Beth has been trying to stitch on this really high count little kit that she bought, and it has like a pattern in the fabric, like a squares, gingham, I don't know. Anyway, it's almost the same color as the thread she's using, and she's really struggling with it. So I said, we'll try this, see if it helps. And I gave it to her today, so hopefully that'll help. But I also found this white opal 14 count Ada. I don't know if you can tell. See the little shimmer? I don't have any plans for it. I just said, buying fabric, I'll buy that. But what I got for the berries is 18 count Ada in vintage, which is this beautiful color. And I went ahead and started on one of the berries. Now, I realized after I started it that I started it a little too close. You don't have to have a huge margin. It's just, you know, to turn in. And I think it'll be okay, but the second one I'll start just a little bit lower. I measured and counted, and I was like, oh yeah, okay. Might be just a little bit tight there, but I think I can do it. So, because I stitched on this just for a little while and got that far. Sorry, my dog started barking because the neighbor decided to come home. What was I saying? I don't think, because it took me such a short amount of time to stitch this up here, I don't think it's going to take me a long time to finish this berry. So the fabric isn't going to have time to really fray. And I'll be able to fit the other berry over here and probably have enough space for the square down here. So I folded it to see if I had enough space. So that's what it has, all those folds in it. So yeah, that was my new start. I'm all discombobulated now because the dog lost her mind about, I should shut the blinds, but I kind of want the light coming in. So anyway, that's my new start. And I'm going to talk, before I get into my cross-stitching whips, I'm going to talk about my other whips. I had hoped to be done yesterday. Actually, I was hoped to be done Saturday with these two bags I was working on. But one is going to be black cats with the pumpkins. The other one's going to be pumpkins with the black cats. And here it is Monday, middle of the afternoon, and I haven't gotten any further on them. Because I had not, as you know, I was coughing and all that other stuff, and I got to see my pulmonologist, and he wasn't too excited about it, but he said, well, I'm going to prescribe a antibiotic for you just in case. And normally, because I've had so many reactions to antibiotics, I don't take them just in case. I want to really need them. But I had been sick. It was just a cough, really, for, by that time, over 2 weeks. And so I was like, well, okay. And it was a Z-Pack, and I've taken those before without any kind of, you know, bad reaction or anything. And late Friday, I started having what is a common side effect rather than a reaction. It's not a, you know, allergic reaction. It's just a side effect of really bad stomach pain, nausea, you know, that kind of stuff. And I just felt crummy all weekend. I started feeling better Sunday, but, you know, stomach-wise. Cold-wise, I was fine. So I'm done with that. I'm feeling a little better, but I'm still kind of moving in slow motion. Hopefully I'll get that done sometime today and up on the Etsy site. But also what lagged behind on that was my quilting project. Now, this is my son's quilt. This is the whole top. Well, besides borders. And I have it separated into blocks because I did all the sewing around squares for the making the pinwheels. I made all the pinwheels. This is trimmed down to the correct size, so now I need to just sew them together. When I said I made all the pinwheels, I meant I made all the half square triangles. And then these are the blocks that are going to accompany these two pinwheels. It's two different colors. See? And these will make a block. And I showed you that block earlier. I forgot to bring it over here to show you. So I wanted to separate out the colors to make sure that I don't, you know, get to the end of the pile and have all the same color. So I got 2 sets trimmed to the correct size, and I got called away to do something, you know, probably something like making dinner, going grocery shopping, taking somebody somewhere. So I have them all in units and ready to be trimmed when I can sit down and do that. I'm going to make the bags first. And then I have some Christmas bags I want to start on. I was looking that last year I had finished the Christmas bags by now, or a lot of them. Yeah, but I don't know. I seem to be more busy this year. I don't know why. But that is my sewing quilting whips. I also have the teal quilt that I had back here. Has the borders cut, ready to put on, and you know, it's for me, so it's low on the list, and yeah, I want to do it. I really do. Keep getting distracted by other things. Okay, so now on to my cross stitch whips. So I worked mostly on When Witches Go Riding. I did finish the first and the second, and I started barely on the third. So that's my start on the third one. And you know, I have all of the clues. Oh, and see, I went around the moon and it shows up a little better. I didn't want it like some real loud color around it like I have with the eyes. The eyes, I like that. But on the moon, I just wanted it to be a moon. And I'm kind of happy with that solution. So, but, you know, I have so many balls in the air right now. And I'm never going to finish this by Halloween. And I decided that rather than trying to rush it and make more mistakes and all of that, that I would go ahead and set it aside for this year. And Not because I don't like it, not because I'm not enjoying working on it. Actually, quite the opposite. I don't want to feel pressure, you know, of any kind working on cross stitch. It's not a job. It doesn't have to be finished for this year. So I'm going to, you know, and I'm going to try to work on that, not in Halloween time. I'm going to try to work on it little by little, probably starting in January or so. And then I worked on Halloween gnomes. This is by Ursula Michael. I didn't say, but I've said many times in the past, When Witches Go Riding, it's by Tinymodernist, and I'm stitching it on 14 count Aida that I dyed myself. This is 18 count Aida that I dyed, and I got a little further up on the hat, put his little hands on. I'm really happy with the progress I've made so far. Probably should put those red dots in the nose, but really the only place that that's used is on the nose on all of the gnomes, and I don't think it's used anywhere else. Maybe on the ears. One of them has ears that show, but I'm not going to do 2 stitches and then put the thread away. I want to do 2 stitches there and then cut it and do it. So I'll just do all the noses at the same time, or wherever that thread is found. So that's my progress on that. And then I worked on Black Cat some more, DMC. I think this is further than I showed it. Did I show it last week? I tried looking back in my Witchy Stitchy accountability posts, but I don't think I showed this before. Anyway, the cat, I'm going to do all the black and then go back and put the motifs in, because the counting in between the motifs is, you know, some of them are pretty far from each other. As it was, the eyes are in the wrong place. I decided to leave them because I don't care. They're just like 1 stitch too high or 1 stitch too low. I don't remember which. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to finish the head, and you won't be able to tell that it's off. It's mine. I don't care. This is also 18 count Aida. It's from the same strip as that other one. Dyed this myself as well. And then my last Halloween whip, I worked some more on the Black Halloween series. I'm doing this one right here, which I think is called The Lesson. And that's my progress there. This one stitches really fast because it's all one color. Again, this is 14 count Aida. Again, I dyed it myself. I'm going to do the borders as I go. I've been counting so poorly that I don't want to get the whole border done and realize that it's too long or too short or too skinny or too fat. So I'm just going to do it as I go. So there's that one. I don't know why I can't count lately, but I really can't. And then yesterday I worked both on And to All a Good Night by Stitching with the Housewives. I didn't say the Black Halloween series is by Twin Peaks Primitives. You saw the logo there, but that's who it's by. And this is by, here's the pattern. Let me try to, so much glare. Sorry. Stitching with the Housewives. Not getting a lot done at a time, but you remember I had so many miscounts, so I did a lot more on the house. I put in the black. I really like it. So yeah, I'm going to put the black in. I ran out of thread. I have to get another thread, but I'm not going to bother until I have another house to put it in. So I have one more house on this side, two more houses, Santa Claus and the words. So, and I want to finish this by this year, but you know, like I said, I don't want to put any pressure on myself to get anything done by a certain time, because I want to work on the quilts that I have planned for Christmas presents, and that's enough stress. But I do plan to work on it diligently to try to get it done. But for some reason, I keep buying patterns. But I want to do an aside while I'm talking about that. As you remember that I purchased Icicle, and I went ahead and got some from 1, 2, 3 Stitch. I wanted all three the same at the same time, so that they would be the same color. I just dropped my white thread on the floor. How's that? So this is the thread that came in from 1, 2, 3 Stitch. I don't know if you can tell. It's got a blue tint throughout it, here and there. It's variegation with the light blue, which is what I really like about it. Well, I had some on order with the attic, and they had called while I was in Albuquerque that my order was in. So I went there Saturday, and I don't know, I'm going to put them side by side. I could tell just looking across the thing at that this is much bluer. So I'm glad I didn't try to, I don't know if you can tell. I can tell here, this is bluer. I'm going to save this for working on Silent Night when I get to that one. It calls for a different white. I don't remember what. I don't care. I'm going to use Week Side Works on it mostly anyway, so saving this for Silent Night. Hopefully it only calls for 3 skeins. I haven't really looked at it. But I have one more whip. I dropped something. Here it is. Okay. I have one more whip. This goes over here. Okay. And that is CrossStitchingForFun Art Deco Spring. This is my Showstopper Sal. I'm going to be doing all 4 of them. I got 2 more motifs in, that little flower and the second bee. And I would have kept working on this instead of And to All a Good Night, which I did yesterday, I think. But because when I was feeling bad, I just sat on the couch and cross-stitched. But I was using a paper pattern because my tablet had run out of steam, and it was over 2 pieces, and I was like, I don't do that. So I picked up something else. But I'm just going to go around. So I have, in this circle, I have this flower. Wait a minute. I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, this flower, then these 2 bees and this flower in this circle. And then I'll do these little flowers here at the same time, just like I did that one. And probably that one. And then I'll do these bigger ones around here. Then I'll do this. Probably while I'm doing that, I'll get these little triangles in there. And that'll make it easy for me to do this border. And I'm taking my time on this. I'm not rushing it. And my plan is to try to do a motif or a lot of a motif whenever I pick it up. However often that is, to get at least one motif in. That's my plan. But while I was at the attic picking up my threads, they had this pattern sitting there. The pattern was free of this tiny little, it says patriotic mini bouquet, but I don't know that I don't see how it's patriotic. Maybe because it's got blue and red in it. I don't know. But to get the pattern, you buy this these little flowers, which I liked. So I went ahead and got the pattern and the flowers. It says July 4th, 2020 on it. I'm not going to put July 4th, 2020. I'm going to put something else. But I thought they have it there as made as a scissor fob, and I thought I would make it up and perhaps as a Christmas present or something, give it away. It's very small. It's 43 by 51, but they stitched it on 40 count linen, and there's no way I'm stitching it on 40 count. But anyway, I went ahead and got that. I like the little basket with the flowers coming out. I don't know that I'm even going to make it red and blue flowers. I'm just going to see what I have in my stash and go from there. I might use a Classic Colorworks or Weeks Dye Works. For the flowers, I might just use DMC. I don't know. I'm going to look and see what I have. It's charted in Weeks Dye Works and Classic Colorworks. And I know I have Hollyberry because of the other things I'm working on. But I don't recognize these Weeks Dye Works colors. And I'm just going to pick what I have in whatever color, whatever brand I have, and do it that way. And then I wasn't planning to buy anything other than thread, but I was walking by this pattern by Sweet Wing Studio, Let Heaven and Nature Sing. And because I need more patterns and more things to do, I decided to pick it up. Again, it's not very big. The model was stitched on 32 count navy linen, but I do have navy colored fabric, and this is charted in DMC, and you know, it's taken from the verse in Isaiah 44:23. Sing for joy, O heavens, for the Lord has done this. Shout aloud, O earth beneath. Burst into song, you mountains, you forests, and all your trees. For the Lord has redeemed Jacob. He displays his glory in Israel. So that's why the trees. And I really like it. I don't know. Like I said, I'll decide what I'm gonna stitch it on with what threads. I'm not going to finish it with this trim. Anyway, that's my update so far. Now, my sister Naomi, you know, we got back from the Balloon Fiesta last week, and I talked a lot about that on Monday. And she had another trip planned for this weekend. And she went up to northern Arizona on the river. She did some catch and release fly fishing. She had somebody teaching them. She took a fly fishing class before she left. They had a fantastic time. And while she was up there, they're on Navajo lands, she was shopping in some of their kiosks and places that they have there, set up for shopping, and she found the same patterns that we had purchased in New Mexico, but as a kit, different things, as a kit, and she bought one as a kit, and I was very jealous. She said it came with all the fabric and threads and everything, and she was really excited because she had liked the rug one that I purchased, and she purchased a different rug one, and then she got a beautiful ring and some pendants, and they're not what you would call cheap, because they're made with real products, turquoise, and they're not fake stones or anything, and sterling silver and all of that. And she said she considered them very, very, very inexpensive for what they were. Got some really nice stuff up there. She was very, very happy being a tourist in her own state. But if you ever get a chance to go up there, go ahead and do that. She says it's beautiful. She took some photographs of the land up there. You could probably see it on our next video when she'll have some time to show everybody. But she sounded really excited. She had a really good time. And also, if you ever have a chance to come here to the attic, they're so sweet and accommodating and helpful. And I was just commenting with somebody online about, they're only open Friday and Saturday right now, which is, it's like not necessarily when I'd want to go. I would probably want to go on Monday or Tuesday. They're closed on Mondays. They've always have been. Tuesday or whatever. That's usually when I think about those things. But we adapt and we do it. And somebody else was saying how it's kind of hard for her to get out there on a Friday or Saturday. And they did mention on their last YouTube that if you call, they will make an appointment for you to come in and shop on a different day. And they're just very, very accommodating, sweet women. So if you ever have a chance, go ahead and step into the attic. You'll enjoy it, especially if you like samplers. I don't really care for samplers. I like looking at them. I don't want to do them, but I know that a lot of people love them, and they are everywhere in there. But they do have other stuff too, and lots of fabrics you can choose from and stuff. So I'm going to use them to help me when I'm ready to work on those pottery things, to make sure I get a piece of fabric big enough and something that'll go well with all the designs, and I know that I'll be able to get what I need from there. So anyway, commercial done. So thank you all for listening. If you just happened by here, if you enjoyed the content, go ahead and push like, subscribe. I'd appreciate it, and tell all your friends. And I'll see you again next Monday. Thanks.